Hello everybody, Not Dead Yet here today, and as you can see, we have been promoted from casting couch to my uncle's recliner, if you know what I mean. But today is just a nice relaxing video where I answer your questions about me. This was supposed to be done for my 500 subscriber milestone. However, well, I reached 500 subscribers around the same time I reached 100 subscribers. In fact, I reached 500 subscribers the same day I reached 100 subscribers. So this video is just a tad late, but that's okay. So I figured this would be one of the best ways for you guys to get to know me, which is why I'm in my pajamas. My hair is not gelled back. It's a nice relaxed video where you guys get to learn a little bit more about me. So this video has been late enough. So without further ado, let's get into your questions. I posted a poll up on Instagram a while ago, and I had a video up where you guys could ask me questions in the comments. So we'll start with the Instagram questions because I only have 3 of them. First one being Sawyer Van Twerp, who asks, what's your favorite low-calorie snack? Frozen fruit. Right now I particularly use strawberries, but frozen fruit. I generally like fruit, but frozen is just a whole nother beast. It's delicious. It's like a popsicle, but better. Show me any fruit you like, I will freeze it and show you a better tasting fruit. I like the crunch. I like the kind of popsicle-esque juicy taste you get when you bite into frozen fruit. So yeah, currently strawberries, but things like frozen cherries, mangoes, pineapples, anything like that. Blueberries, they're all great to snack on. Josh vs. Fitness asks, who's my favorite boxer of all time? Not Muhammad Ali. I'm gonna get that right out of the way. Not Muhammad Ali. But I don't really have one. There are a lot of boxers I like and a lot of boxers who have influenced my style over the years. Any one of the 4 kings of boxing for various reasons. Roberto Duran, I love watching his clinch work. His clinch work is amazing. Sugar Ray Leonard's footwork is beautiful. Thomas Hearn's Hitman style is a thing of marvel. And what I like about the Hitman style, it's really interesting to me because it's one of the few styles that I have difficulty replicating because I just don't have the body for it. I'm not tall and I don't have long, lanky limbs. So it makes it really tough to kind of imitate how he does things, but you know, you can still make modifications. And finally, obviously, Marvelous Marvin Hagler is one of, if not the best switch hitters to have ever laced up the gloves. And then there's people like Rocky Marciano, Jack Dempsey, Mike Tyson, Frazier, and a bunch of others. Like, I like a lot of fighters for a lot of different reasons. Tyson Fury, Teofimo Lopez, Naoya Inoue, so many fighters I love, and that's just the start of the list. I don't really have an all-time favorite. I like a lot of fighters for a lot of different reasons. Now we're going on to YouTube comments, and I know I said that I had 3 Instagram questions, but I'm saving one for later. So, my good buddy, Tom Lazoric asks, what's your favorite movie, bruh? I gotta know. Give me top 3 if choosing one film is too hard. Also, what's the first thing you plan to do once the world becomes more open? Okay, so I do not have a favorite movie. However, I do have a few favorite franchises that I can throw out there. Indiana Jones. I love Indiana Jones. Always have, always will. I am a man of adventure, and I have been for a very, very, very long time. My favorite movie in the Indiana Jones franchise is The Temple of Doom. A lot of people don't like that one. I like the magic voodoo pulling out the heart stuff. I think that's really cool. Second one, obviously, Rocky. Like, it's me we're talking about here. Who doesn't like Rocky? And I would say, Rambo as my 3rd franchise, but I don't really want to give another thing to Sylvester Stallone, so I'm just going to say the Marvel movies. The whole Marvel franchise, who doesn't love that? But another thing too when it comes to Indiana Jones, a lot of people for Harrison Ford, Harrison Ford for a lot of people is Han Solo. For me, Harrison Ford is and always will be Indiana Jones. Order, probably in that order. Yeah. Indiana Jones, Rocky, and then the Marvel movies. Because I've always loved Indiana Jones, and in terms of the Rocky franchise, I think it took a massive downward spiral with the 2 Creed movies. And what do I plan to do when the world becomes more open? Take a guess. It's me we're talking about. I plan to box. I have not stepped into the ring for probably 2 years now, maybe 2.5. 1.5 years. on the lighter side, 2.5 years on the longer side, and I am itching for one. Whether it's sparring or an actual fight, I just cannot wait to get back into that ring and start busting skulls again. Burnout MTB asks, what's my favorite recipe from Coach Greg's cookbook? Now, I'm going to be entirely honest, I haven't made a ton of stuff from the cookbook since I've bought it. I've been very busy with a lot of different things, getting my coaching certificate, boxing club up and running, coaching people, my own training, the YouTube channel, because I'm still trying to put out 2 videos a week, and that's relatively difficult to do when you have to film and you're your own editor, and I have other projects going on. There's a lot happening, so I haven't really had time to really experiment with Coach Greg's cookbook. I tend to kind of stick with old reliables, so I do have a few. Obviously, I made his peach bake a while back, and that was really good, but that's still not my personal favorite. Even if I made it correctly, I still don't think it would be my favorite recipe in the cookbook. For me, out of all the recipes I've tried, my favorite, and you might call me basic for this, but it's the vanilla anabolic ice cream. And I'm sure a lot of people would say, why vanilla ice cream? And I think that a lot of people, for me, when I see all these anabolic ice creams, they're often trying to, as Musket would say, punch you in the face with flavor or assault your taste buds with flavor. But sometimes I don't really want that. Sometimes I want my taste buds gently soothed with flavor. I want to have some friends with flavor in my taste buds. So ultimately speaking, sometimes I just don't want something that has a ton of flavor, like Chunky Monkey or Netflix and Chilled or Reese's Pieces. Sometimes I want something a little bit more plain and just a little bit more basic. It's one of the reasons why I really liked Nick's cookie dough recipe for the ice cream, was because it was very similar to the vanilla ice cream that Coach Greg puts out. It's just one of those kind of nice, basic, tasty flavors that you can go back to. Vanilla is vanilla for a reason. Sure, it's missionary, but missionary gets the job done, and it still makes you feel good. So, yeah, it's the vanilla ice cream, protein ice cream, is my favorite recipe in Coach Greg's cookbook that I have tried so far. I'm sure that'll change as I try a lot more recipes, however. Ashley Evelyn asks, what is my nutrition like? Do I follow any diet/way of eating? My nutrition is relatively interesting because I don't necessarily always eat anabolic. Coach Greg's way of eating was how I've been eating for years. Like I've said in my Congrats to Greg video, everything Coach Greg preaches, I already knew. Calories in, calories out, low-calorie dense foods, eat a bunch of them or eat less of high-calorie dense foods. More cardio will help you burn more calories, etc., etc., etc. None of that was new to me. It's just the recipes he put forth made some of that a lot easier. So my calories are around 2,400. I've stopped eating a protein ice cream a day, so that cuts my calories down by about 300, just because I don't really feel like it. So it's kind of fun to know that I have 300 calories to play with if I ever want to eat something. But ultimately speaking, I do what's called being calorie conscious. I don't necessarily count calories strictly. I just kind of have a general idea of what calories are in what foods I'm eating and try to get in the general ballpark of 2,000 calories. And then obviously, 2,400 was what I was eating for a while, and now I'm around 2,400 calories, and then now I'm around 2,000. I just kind of eat. I don't track much, and I don't even really track anything. I don't worry about protein. I know I'm getting enough protein, carbs and fats I'm fine with. So I'm just whatever, and then I'm generally conscious of the calories that I'm eating, but I'm not really following any super strict diet. I'm just eating what I like, making sure I stay within my calorie range, and it's working for me. So I hope that answers your question. Hope you like that. Next, we have Evergreen, who asks, have I ever watched Hajime no Ippo? And if so, who's my favorite boxer? And then Alpaca Lover 123 actually replies to Evergreen saying that I've said before in videos that I've watched the anime and it's a favorite of mine. And then Evergreen replies, oh really? I don't think I've seen that one yet. I don't know if I've stated in videos if I've watched Hajime no Ippo. I may have said it on stream. I think someone may have asked me on one of my streams. But yes, I have watched Hajime no Ippo. It is a great anime. I can highly recommend it to anyone who's thinking of taking it up. There's a lot I have to say about it, but I might save that for a future video. And who is my favorite boxer? Easy, Sendo Takeshi. Also, which one of the Hajime no Ippo boxers do I think I am most like? Again, Sendo Takeshi. I relate a little bit to Ippo, but Ippo is rather a blank slate. Let's be real, Ippo is the least interesting character in Hajime no Ippo. However, I think for most people, he's a relatively good projection character. But nope, for me, the person I like the most and the person I relate to the most is Sendo Takeshi. I don't want to say too much about Hajime no Ippo right now, things like what my favorite fight is, etc., because those can be questions for a future Q&A, and there's a lot more I have to say about the show that I will probably say for a future video. It's James Edwards asks, what are my goals with YouTube, as well as what motivates me every day? And I'll start with my goals for YouTube and then kind of move on to motivation, because those two kind of mix. So my goals for YouTube, first and foremost to me, is have fun, grow, and enjoy the process. As well as make money, obviously. Do I want to make money? Yes. I'm not going to pretend like I'm some super virtuous person doing this out of the kindness of my heart. I hope that this is a hobby for me right now, but it's a hobby that I hope can eventually become my job. I really enjoy making videos, and I'd be doing it whether you guys were watching me or not. But the possibility of making money doing something I love is enticing to me. However, I just enjoy making videos. I think this is a lot of fun. I really wanted to make more friends. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I spend most of my time in the gym punching stuff, so it's just, I saw the community that Greg, Johnny Shreve, Exercise for Cheat Meals, Iron Musket, Mama Swole, Edwards himself, and everybody else that I started to build, and I just wanted to be a part of that. It just seems so fun and inviting, and so I made my channel, started posting videos, and here's where I am now. Now, what motivates me every day? Regret, pain, and a desire to be better. I know what it's like to give up on myself, to truly believe that I did not have a tomorrow and that there was no tomorrow waiting for me. Obviously, tomorrow is a massive theme on my channel, chasing tomorrow, fighting for tomorrow. And I know what it's like to completely kind of forgo the idea of tomorrow and completely give up. I know what it's like to have the fires, because I consider myself a rather passionate individual, and I'm proud of my passion, but I know what it's like to have the fires of my passion reduced to mere embers, and to walk around as a zombie telling myself this is okay, I'm okay with this, I'm happy. And to me, that is one of the most tragic things that can ever happen to a person, and I hate that it's happening more and more with people. One of the most horrible things for me is looking into a person's eyes and seeing the fires of passion completely extinguished, and that happened to me. And I was able to pull myself back and snap myself out of it, but so many people don't, and I promised myself that I would never, ever go back to that. I made a vow that I would never, ever do that again, even if it killed me. I said to myself, I am going to chase after my dreams in both boxing, YouTube, and life, and if it kills me, that's fine. I'm a loser, I'm an idiot, I'm a piece of shit, I'm whatever you want to call me, but I would rather die a loser, idiot, piece of shit that was chasing his dreams. Even if I don't accomplish them, I would rather die chasing my dreams. And I refuse to let my passion die down again. So there are days when I have trouble getting out of bed. You know, we all have those moments where we're in a depressive state, or we don't feel great, we're sore, we're in pain, whatever. For whatever reason, I do not want to get out of bed in the morning and go for a 4-mile run with 2.5 pounds on each foot, sometimes in, minus 50 Fahrenheit or Celsius. But what gets me out of bed is the thought of me like that again. And I say to myself, do you want to go back to that? Do you want to be that again? And the answer is always no. I do not, for the life of me, ever want to go back to that. Death is better than a zombie. Death is better than that. I would rather die than go back to that. And so I force myself to get up and run and keep going. That is what motivates me, is I refuse to do that again. And when we talk about motivation and what are my goals on YouTube, I am doing this for me, first and foremost. I think it's pretty evident. However, if I can inspire a few people along the way, that would be amazing. You know, good men burn the fires of their passion until there is nothing left. But great men, true heroes, set themselves ablaze with the hope of guiding and inspiring others. And I'm not a hero. Not even close, and I don't even pretend to be. But if the fire of my passion can serve as a beacon of light for those wandering in the darkness, if I can maybe inspire someone to take up boxing when they never thought they would, or even just get people interested in the sport, or bring a little bit more respect onto the sport, than there is now, thanks to people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, who wouldn't want that, right? So, James Edwards, thanks for the question. Those are my goals for YouTube, and that is what motivates me every day.